I mean, come on. How could I not make this the intro for this video? I mean, the name is right there, and let's be all honest. If Megan from this movie was based off of anything in the world, it would definitely be the Megan from Drake and Josh. I mean, look, that little girl was capable of anything this robot was able to do in this movie, and honestly, probably a lot more if we're being honest with you. But look, y'all know what it is. Drake and Josh, go ahead and take it away, fellas.
Megan. 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 Megan.
Hey guys, it's your guy in the chair here, and look, this is my review for Megan, starring Allison Williams, Violet McGraw, Jem Brown, and Ronnie Chang, and was directed by Gerald Johnstone. And our story follows this young girl named Katie, who after a tragic accident has to move in with her aunt, who is a brilliant robotanist. And in order to kind of get Katie to kind of like move on from this tragic event that happened in her life, she builds her brand new companion named Megan, who's this artificially intelligent robot whose basic premise is to protect Katie emotionally from physical and emotional harm. And honestly, y'all know how this story goes, man. When people try to play God and create these robots that can damn near replace anything that human beings can do, and honestly replace any human social skill whatsoever, and just put it all in this robot, things never go well. And as y'all can tell from the trailer, things did not go well in this film. Well, not as far as the movie goes. The movie's fantastic, but things just go all downhill from there. But this isn't your run-of-the-mill kind of machine just gone or robot gone bad type film. This movie has a lot of depth to it. It has a lot of emotional heart to it as well, and it's honestly a psychological mindfuck as well as you're watching this thing. And honestly, let's just get to the good, because guys, this movie was absolutely amazing. Alright, so as far as the good goes, guys, look, Allison Williams and Violet McGraw gave absolutely fantastic performances, and especially Violet McGraw. Violet McGraw is the little girl who plays Katie, and her performance was out of this world. Like I don't necessarily try to put a lot on child actors, because I know, they're learning their way through, the business and things like that. But what this character called for in this film that Katie had to pull off, Violet McGraw, she absolutely did flawlessly. I mean, this girl, she had to really go to like a dark place in this film, because she has to capture like something like a childhood traumatic event. I'm trying to like not necessarily allude to what the event was. If you can guess it, I do apologize, but I'm not going to tell you what the event happens is. But it is a very pivotal part of this story. But what Violet McGraw had to do to flesh out these emotions and this pain and capture the essence of childhood trauma, I mean, was absolutely incredible. Like I was really honestly astonished about how amazing her performance was in this film. Normally, like I said, I'm not too hard on child actors. Like if they, because some people like to say like, oh, that was a bad child actor and things like that. But like, I don't like to be too hard on kid actors, because they're kids at the end of the day. They're still learning. But honestly, when a kid gives a fantastic performance, that's definitely worth the shout out. This girl gave one of the best performances in the film itself. I mean, she's out acting adults in this movie. She's killing it. This girl was absolutely amazing throughout the film. I mean, like I said, this movie honestly it's so much deeper than just a machine gone bad type film. This movie honestly starts out with really fleshing out its characters and giving you a story to actually care about, because it's a pivotal part of where this film is going. And on top of that, Allison Williams, her performance was incredible. Well, it wasn't as good, like I said, it wasn't as good as Violet McGraw's, but Allison Williams' performance was very good. Kudos to her, because this is the first movie I actually watched where I didn't only see the racist white girl from Get Out. Honestly, like after that, like the few projects she did after that film, Get Out, like anytime she was on screen, that's all I could see. All I could see was the racist white girl from Get Out. I did not see that here. Here she was an actual robotanist, and I'm glad I can finally I can get that image out of my head somewhat. But you're still going. You played that role too well, girl. You know what you did in that movie. But look, either way, Allison Williams did a very fantastic job in this film as well. And honestly, like I said, she's playing an aunt who has to really help her niece get through this traumatic event in her life. And it's something that the film describes as something that the most traumatic or the most tragic thing that could ever happen to a kid has happened to this young girl, Katie. and it's just something that's very hard to move past. It's not something that's very easy to address, and it's not very simple for her to become a parent after a situation like that, and or to, you know, be a guardian and take care of a kid and things like that. And this is why she created Megan in the first place, because she wanted Megan to essentially be able to do all the little things like tuck the kid in, read him a bedtime story, remind him to flush the toilet, wash your hands. Like, Megan's there to literally be not only a friend and companion, but she's there to honestly, you know, comfort her in her time of need. She damn near a therapist. Like Megan is a combination of at least like 6 different people merged into one. Like, all these different qualities, or honestly 40 people merged into one. All these different qualities that different people get, or things that you can get from different people, you get all in one robot here. And honestly, that's where the real scary part of this film happens. It's much more than just the kills. It's much more than just jump scares. Like, people are going to ask, is this movie scary? And it is very scary, but it's much more than just... And honestly, I mean, it's scary because, one, Megan's just a creepy-ass doll. Like that's just how it's going to be. Megan's a creepy... Well, you can call her a doll. I'm more so probably just going to call her a robot, because, yeah, she's kind of more so on the robot side. Annabelle's a doll. Annabelle's creepy. Now, Megan is creepy. She's creepy throughout the film, and honestly, but the thing about... Well, now... She's not the creepiest robot ever. Sunny and the NS5s from iRobot still got the crown for me as far as the creepiest robots in the world. Because look, man, when I saw that trailer when I was a kid, all I did was look outside for red lights coming to get me, because I thought them robots was everywhere when that first came out, and the NS5 still kind of creep me out to this day. But not Annabelle. Megan is a very creepy doll or robot, whatever you want to say. She's a very creepy artificial intelligent figure, period, point blank, period. But throughout the film, what gets scarier about Megan is the more she's learning, the more human she's becoming, the more, you know, actual like humanoid responses she's giving. And like the more genuine she becomes, and like the more human like she becomes, the creepier this movie gets. This movie plays on your thoughts of essentially like what would happen if this actually was real. Like that's what you're thinking this entire time. Like, if this was actually real, this would be terrifying, because Megan's doing much more than just, like I said, this goes beyond just the kills and the jump scares, man. This movie really messes with your mind, because it's really diving into like how childhood trauma and like what you try to replace in kids' lives, or what you try to use as like what is it? It's kind of like use as help. Like, what you try to use to move the kid on from things like that in their lives. That's a very pivotal part in who they become and their growth and things like that. And throughout the film, first of all, the film is very aware of what Megan is and its impact that it can have, because it, like I said, it plays on a very psychological standpoint. Speaking of, the girls who played Megan, hold on, I got to give credit to Amy Donald, Jenna Davis, and Kimberly Crossman. I'm not necessarily sure what specific role these 3 girls played, you know, in being Megan, but they were all credited. When I looked on IMDb, they were all credited as to playing Megan, and I have to give all these girls an incredible shout out, because they were absolutely phenomenal. Megan was the creepiest thing I've seen, or one of the creepiest robots I've seen in a very long time. I mean, this thing was like Scarlett Johansson's Her voice mixed in with Alicia Vikander's Ex Machina body, and just merged into one of the most just haywire fucking machines of all time. I mean, oh my goodness. First of all, this robot is beyond advanced. I mean, this thing can do it all. Like I said, it was damn near replacing humans. But throughout the movie, it's very self-aware, because look, as Allison Williams' character is presenting Megan and what Megan can actually do, you're asking yourself, why in God's green earth would you want a robot to do all of that? And there's characters in the film that are like, well, is she doing all of that? Like, why is she doing all the little things? She's literally replacing human social skills. She's not, like, at this point, if you're growing so attached to this thing, you don't even need to talk to anybody else. You literally have all your solutions right here in one robotic person. That's not how the world's supposed to work, and that's the scary thing. Like if things like this were to ever come true, like we'd be done for. Like the robots would literally realize, honestly, what half these plots have been telling us, that humans just don't need to be here anymore. Like Thanos, Namor, Megan, they all spend time on Earth for a few minutes and realize, yeah, humans don't really need to be here. Y'all are just ruining the world yourselves. And honestly, another thing that this movie does that I really just thoroughly enjoyed, its comedic elements. I really thought this, like, when I saw the trailer for this film, I thought, like, one, I'm thinking to myself, this is either going to be really stupid, or it's going to be, I thought it was either going to be really stupid but kind of entertaining, or thoroughly entertaining and honestly really funny. And honestly, the really funny part, it actually worked. The comedic elements in this movie are thoroughly justified throughout the film. I mean, they don't ever try to do any cringy. There's not really any cringy comedy moments, in my opinion. Honestly, you react however you're going to react to this thing, because honestly, there are moments in the film where some people are laughing, other people are feeling uncomfortable. And not uncomfortable in the sense where like they're showing gross stuff, but it's uncomfortable, like it's more so like uncomfortable laughter, like haha, she's not supposed to be able to do that, why the fuck is this robot doing all that. It's kind of like that. And then the other moments where we're actually laughing. Have to give credit to this film for honestly probably stealing, how can I phrase this, one of the best scenes using the song Titanium. Pitch Perfect, You Have Met Your Match. I think this movie stole that from you, because the use of the song Titanium in this movie is absolute genius. I loved everything about that scene. Whoever put that in the movie, it was probably Gerald Johnstone, if I'm being real. Maybe not. I don't know. Whoever put that in the movie, if it was you, Gerald Johnstone, well, honestly, you did a great job directing Point Blank, period. But the use of the song Titanium in this film was absolute genius, and it was one of the funniest moments in the film. Look, the dancing scene, I know everybody wants to know about the dancing scene, how the context was in that. It fits, it's funny, it's as funny as it was in the trailer. Honestly, like I said, it's just a thoroughly entertaining film. And like I said, look, I was speechless. I was absolutely in awe. I was absolutely in shock about how much I really loved this movie. I mean, it dives into so many deep themes and just like life lessons that you really got to know, and it shows you just how important human interaction is, and honestly having influences in your life that can help you through certain things, and how you need people. You know, like, robots can't necessarily be the thing to replace everybody, because if you try to make robots replace everybody, this is the shit that happens, man. They go fucking nuts. They go fucking insane. It's always going to lead to that. Robots are always just going to go off the rails. I really hope this movie convinces people to please stay away from making these things smarter than us, because, well, I mean, most of these machines probably are smarter than us now, but I mean, look, please don't make anything remotely close to this, guys, because we're done. We are completely finished. If y'all get to anything close to what this Megan thing is in this film, we are completely done. I don't even know what to say at that point. So honestly, guys, look, I'm saying all that to say I absolutely adored this film. I loved everything about it. I had such a great time in this movie. I was completely shocked. I didn't necessarily know how I was going to feel about this movie. I was going in kind of excited, because I just wanted, even if it was dumb, I felt like this movie, I was still going to get a kick out of it, and it was going to be thoroughly entertaining. But what I got was so much more than that. First of all, I kind of walked in pretty skeptical, because the second trailer for this film showed, well, I'm gonna be honest, it showed kind of a majority of the kills that happen in the movie itself, but this movie is not relying on jump scares and kills. This movie is relying on the creepiness of Megan's presence herself, and throughout the film, the more she learns, the more human she becomes, the more creeped out we get, because it's building on that psychological aspect of, what if this were to happen in real life? Like, if there was an actual robot that had all these capabilities to literally replicate human empathy and all the emotions, and can literally be at least 10 people at once. Like, you're combining all of these emotions, and this thing can literally just do whatever it wants. Like, it's absolutely insanity. I absolutely loved this film. I loved how they honestly took time to actually flesh these characters out, build a story. Like I said, Katie McGraw's performance, absolutely remarkable. Allison Williams was very good in the film. The other characters in the film are great as well. What was his name? Ronnie Chang. That dude's hilarious. He was the CEO of the toy company, or the toy company that Allison Williams worked for. He was absolutely hilarious. I really enjoyed this film. It has, like I said, its comedic elements are justified. The creepiness is there the entire time. Once Megan shows up on screen, you are creeped out literally throughout the film for the rest of the movie. Now, is it scary? Scary is subjective. Like, it depends on what your definition of scary is. But for me, when a movie can play play with your mind and just build and continue to build on certain things with just like with one simple question: what if this were to happen in real life? And it's walking you through what could actually happen if something like this were to occur. Yeah, no, I appreciate movies for doing that and being scary in the psychological aspect. So honestly, guys, for all those reasons and so many more, I'm gonna give Megan a 4 out of 5 stars. It's a strong 4. Trust me, it's a super strong 4. Couldn't necessarily give it 4.25. Couldn't necessarily give it 4.5. You gotta save those ratings for the better movies. But no, this movie I absolutely loved from beginning to end. I just completely wowed, completely overwhelmed. It was absolutely incredible, and I recommend that you see this movie with a good crowd, or go to the movies to see this, because it's, while you can enjoy this in the comfort of your own home at some point whenever it comes out on streaming or rental or whatever, this is a movie where you're going to want to see it with a crowd, because I enjoyed like hearing or seeing the different reactions that people had throughout the film, what some people were creeped out by, what some people were laughing at. It's very fun. This is a very fun movie to be in, and honestly, like I said, 4 out of 5, guys. 4 out of 5. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Look, I really do appreciate it. Please be sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff and more. Look, Megan, have you seen it? What did you think about it? Please let me know in the comments below. Look, I'm very excited for the year of 2023, because if it's starting off like this, like I said, Megan was really good. Like, I was absolutely mind blown about how much I really enjoyed this film. If 2023 starting off this good, I can only imagine what the rest of the year has for us. But please let me know in the comments below what you thought of the movie. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff and so much more, guys. Look, this is your guy in the chair. More content coming to you soon. Excuse me if you heard that burp. Sorry.